Hello, this is Yusuf with Team Zephyr playing Blue Black Teachings. Yes, I would like to go first. Alright, this is the first round of the daily. I have a lot of land, but I also have a removal spell and I have Think Twice, which can draw me some cards in case he doesn't really do anything in the first couple of turns. So I think it's a keep. Yeah. This round of videos, both this and the next two that I do, in the daily will be a little bit more on the professional side, I suppose, because the first three videos I put up there with James were pretty casual and were kind of a cross between a podcast and a let's play. So, ooh, islands, and then he passes. Okay. It could counter his next thing, but I need to eventually get these Demir aqueducts out, or else I just can't. I can't do anything, so. I mean, I hope he wastes a counterspell on this. But I'm just guessing he's some sort of fairy deck, because those have been going around for a while. Okay. Oh, it's that deck. Okay. I mean, if he keeps cycling creatures like this, then I imagine he's probably the quote-unquote living end deck, which is sort of an emulation of the modern living end deck. It can't bring all the creatures back at once, but yeah, it can't bring back all the creatures at once, but what it does is it gets it gets an enchantment on the field that you can pay a certain amount of black mana and bring back a creature, and then it gets a sorcery that gives it a certain amount of black mana for every creature in the yard. So it kind of works like Living End in that sense, but not quite as good. I have 9 cards. This is why I don't like aqueducts. I mean, they're good, but you end up having to discard often. Probably discard my other aqueduct and a mnemonic wall or Seagate Oracle. I like Seagate Oracle. Even though Seagate Oracle gives me more immediate card advantage, mnemonic wall is just this huge blocker as well as returning something from the graveyard, so it doesn't cycle through my deck, but it gives me options, which are always nice to have. Okay. I'm not sure how this deck plays. I haven't seen it around very often. I imagine it's probably decent, but against something that's a bit more of a control deck, like mine, it might not be the best. Don't need that. Haven't played a land this turn, so I actually don't mind the swamp. I mean, this is all really speculation as to whether or not it's actually the living end deck, because I mean, he hasn't really cast anything except he's shown me one cycler and one counterspell. It could be a teachings deck. I want to get a counterspell. Yeah, I mean, it could be a teachings deck. Twisted Abomination does seem like kind of um, an endgame threat, but it's it's 6 mana and it's a 5/3, which makes it strictly worse than Gurmag Angler, I think. I mean, it can regenerate, but yeah, actually, I think the Living End deck runs red, so this is probably some form of blue-black control. Alright, let's see what we got. I mean, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to discard Disfigure, but unless this doesn't resolve. Ooh. Alright, let's draw Gurmag Angler next turn, and counterspell this turn. Alright. We're at turn 9, and nobody's life totals have gone down. I've gained life because of lands. Okay. And if he has any counter spells, they're coming down here. Hmm. I don't want to start a counter war. I can afford to lose an angler. I'm probably going to discard Edict because it's not really useful right now. definitely bringing in my mill package against him. I think I'm okay with discarding the last edict. It's a bit of a tough call, because if he does land anything, I'm in a bit of trouble, because 3 of my edicts are in the yard. But we'll see. Let's try Mystical Teachings here. Let's get our last counterspell. We have all 4 counterspells in hand. And 2 Essence Scatter. So we have 6 counters in hand. The ability to cast 4, provided they're not all counterspell. Huh. I'll let him draw cards. The spell I want to counter, because it just, if it resolves, it just allows him to untap lands. And that's never good, because he could probably cast something with buyback. Counter target spell if it's converted mana cost. Okay. Okay. I actually kind of prefer if he draws cards, because the more, if he draws cards and I'm able to counter, like, his one threat, then it's really good for me, because it means that he gets closer to milling out than I do. But at the same time, I can't really afford to just throw a think twice in the yard, because I could draw into threats as well. gonna be a long game one. I can guarantee you that. The blue-black control mirror is not the most fun thing to watch. Because nothing's happening. But the thing about the control mirror is it's very, when you're playing it, it's fun because any mistake that you make could very well cost you the game. And I don't need Echoing Decay. Dismal Backwater's nice. The more blue sources, the merrier. Alright, play Dismal Backwater, pass turn. Ghostly Demise, Doomblade. This just looks like pure blue-black control. Which I suppose it is. Let's see if we can resolve an angler. We did. This is really bad for him if it stays on the field. Chainer's Edict. Counter it. Fake Demonic Well has to come down next turn just to give me the other counter spells back. Can't counter that one. Alright. I still have one left in my deck. Sure. Alright, what is he gonna get? Draw 2 cards. Draw 3 cards instead. Alright. So he has a blue-black teachings deck. Of a sorts. 19 turns from now, he'll mill himself out. Evankar's Justice. Okay. Okay. I don't really have anything left that can take care of Evankar's Justice, but I can get a think twice. Alright. Okay. Basically, in order to win at this point, I need... Sure, you know what? I'll just thin out my deck. Give me a higher chance of drawing something good. And hopefully that helps. An Evankar's Justice of my own, and a Pristine Talisman of my own. Pristine Talisman definitely sets him back, gives me more time. Evankar's Justice, as long as he has two of those, there's no way I'm beating him with Evankar's Justice. So, tap, tap, and Talisman. Okay. let's get the last instant in my deck. Okay, we have a Gurmag Angler. Let's see if we can resolve it. This is basically our last chance. Okay. Bah. Yeah, there's nothing we can do. I'm wondering if there's anything else in my deck that saves me. I mean, if I just buy enough time until he mills himself out, although I have less cards than he does at this point. So I'm just gonna put one stop at his end so that I can Pristine Talisman, but I don't think I have anything else worth casting. Alright. Well, I have one more Radiant Fountain in my deck. And there it is. Yeah, at this point he knows he's just gonna mill me out. Alright, might as well concede. Alright, curses, negates, dispels. Evengar's Justice could come in as another win con. Yeah. And then Disfigure, Echoing Decay. I'll go out. Monocle and Ghostly Flicker I don't really like. I end up sideboarding them out of every game. I'm just going to get rid of them at one point, I promise. Eventually, I'll get rid of them. And do I really need Evengar's Justice when... Okay, no, I don't think I'm actually going to bring in the Evengar's Justices now, because with all these other win conditions, Evengar's Justice doesn't really do much. Yep. Alright. Oh, crap. I forgot to put a stop on my main again. That could have cost me the game. Luminescent scatter. I'll put the gate on bottom. Put that on bottom too. I don't really need it against this deck. And play that. Come on. Come on then. Alright. MTGO has decided to lag. And it's decided to disconnect me entirely. Alright. This is really bad in the matchup that I'm in because timing out is a possibility. And anything that increases the likelihood of that is just not good. Okay. Hopefully I didn't waste too much time there. If I need to discard something, it'll probably be an edict. That's not good. And he managed to mill one of my curses, which is really bad. Okay. I'll just pass turn and think twice at the end of his turn. Okay, 2 lands, and I got a curse, so let's see if I can resolve it. Dispel. And he has a dispel of his own. Alright. This is not looking good. I mean, 2 of my win conditions are already in the wind. Alright, want that before he mills it. I'm not even going to try running it out right now. And Mystical Teachings. I'd honestly rather just have an island. Okay. Well, that was actually a bad decision because it made, yeah. this game doesn't look like it's ending in my favor. I mean, at this point, yeah, I mean, unless I can resolve a few more creatures, there's nothing that can get me out of this. Well, I do still have one Gurmag Angler left. And hopefully he took out enough removal that that actually ends up being relevant. Alright. Let's try one more time. Because if we don't run it out now, we'll probably never get to. Okay, he's forcing me to sacrifice now. Okay. Sacrifice that guy. Not enough mana. Yeah, there's... Okay. Yeah, I have 5 minutes left. There's no way that I'm winning this. Alright. That was brutal. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that to some degree. Control matchups can be very boring to watch, but I don't know. Hopefully my commentary just made it a little bit more bearable. Anyway, as always, like and subscribe. Hopefully see you next round with a little bit of better luck.